broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Last outing for the Clippers, it was a loss to Milwaukee at the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Just lack of mental fortitude. You need to be strong in those situations and deliver when it matters the most.
And the Clippers starting five. Redick and Bamute make up the perimeter. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan are the bigs. And it's Paul in at the one.
When you think of the best as far as two-way players, Jimmy Butler is one of the first names that comes to mind. Great blend of offense and defense. Gives you effort on both sides of the ball every night.
The shot's good from Griffin.
Blake has a lot of different moves inside the paint. And you can see right there, that was a nice finish by Blake.
Lopez a screen. Grant with the ball. And it's Wade in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing. And it's blocked by Jordan. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. On defense, Chicago. And for Butler, his effort is something that never comes into question, Steve. He is a competitor.
You have guys that compete on the offensive end, but when you love a guy that does it at the same type rate on the defensive end, he's a two-way player, but one of the best we've seen.
Here's Grant after J.J. Redick's bucket. Grant kicks to Lopez. And that one drops for him.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
Well, the game's starting to add up as we get in the thick of the season. Just how do players, Steve, keep their mental edge during the middle part of a long, long season?
You got to know it's a grind. You got to prepare physically and mentally. And I think also having teammates to help you. You got to spend a lot of time with each other, work out together, and just get through it. Look at what the prize is, trying to win a championship.
You just answered my next question about getting some help from the team and from your teammates. I'm sure the team is locked in on this too.
Yeah, and there are some days the coach has got to have a great balance. You need some days off, a couple days off just to get away from the game to get recharged.
Now, here's Grant. Following the shot by Chris Paul. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Paul. Here's Griffin. Got a hand on it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Six on the shot clock. Paul with the three. It's rebounded by Portis.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Because he's really good defending all the way out to the three-point line.
Now, here's Grant. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Redick against Wade. Outside for Griffin. Dishes to Paul. To the paint. Jordan the pass to Griffin. There's the three. Chicago grabs the miss. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They were just locked really in a zone from a team defense standpoint, and nobody ever got stuck on an island. There was always somebody providing help, and the communication was tremendous.
When you're playing that type of defense, talking is key, and they did a superb job of doing that.
Now Paul, after Dwayne Wade's three-pointer that didn't go. And Paul gets it to go in.
The concentration and the body control CP3 possesses is just astonishing.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Wade outside. The Bulls need to get a shot off here.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's his first foul. Here's Redick. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Grant kicks to Portis. Pass to Butler. Back to Portis from 18 feet away. Doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Outside Griffin. Jordan kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. Jordan the screen. That's a 2 from Paul. Mbah-a-Moute feeds to Redick. He dishes it to Paul. Second chance shot. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
The way CP3 knives through the defense and get these mid-range shots is remarkable. Just a genius player.
Wade passes to Portis. Wade dishes to Butler. Shot clock at 5 to the wing right side. Tries a 3. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. It's been this way for a long time, but once again, the Bulls were #1 in fan attendance in the NBA at the United Center. Such great support from Chicago, who Steve, continue to fill up this great arena every time out.
There's no question Chicago Bulls fans are some of the best in the business. Give a lot of credit to those Michael Jordan Bulls. This team has had a following for years and years.
And Redick kicks to Paul. Over in the corner, Mbah-a-Moute from past the arc. The offensive rebound. Back to Jordan. He feeds it to Paul. Jordan the screen. Griffin's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Lopez. Out by Lopez.
When Lopez gets in that close, it's tough to stop him from slamming it home.
Paul kicks to Redick. Pops it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Andre is one of the best in the business in that situation. You let him sneak in behind you, and you're going to pay.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Whether they win a title or not or go deep in the playoffs, this has certainly been a fantastic era for the Clippers. Always competitive, the most sustained success they've ever had.
Chicago making a switch here. Alicios checked in. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Mirotic.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Here's Grant. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Without a doubt, as you said, Smitty, this has been the golden age of Clipper basketball with this Clipper franchise. A long streak of making the playoffs and having won the division a few times as well.
It means a lot for this franchise. They have been down in the dumpsters for a long time. No matter what this team accomplished, Clipper fans have to be proud of the way this team has played the last half decade.
First free throw is good. Well, for every NBA player, there seems to be a moment, Smitty, when they realize that they had a special talent, that the game came easy to them. Did you have that kind of moment where you said, you know what, I'm pretty good at this game?
You know what helped me, Kevin? Drafted by the Miami Heat. And sometimes where you're drafted and the people around you. I played with Glenn Rice from the state of Michigan, played at Michigan. Then I also played with Willie Burton. He's from my neighborhood.
Sure is.
So getting a chance to have guys familiar, some similar backgrounds, Grant Long as well, it made life a little bit easier. I think when I knew I was special, when the first time I heard my name in the starting lineup.
I bet. And Miami is not too bad a city to begin your
not
career
at all.
in.
Yeah, Michigan was pretty cold. I was down there in Miami. Chris Paul is one of those players that has all the individual accolades, but he has pressure to win a ring. When you start to look at Chris Paul, the window is closing a little bit. Hopefully he can get a chance to win one.
And that one falls for Paul. And for Paul, it's strange that a player of his talent, Steve, has yet to make it to a conference finals. It's amazing, in fact. Part of the problem is just facing stacked teams, it seems, every season in the West.
Yeah, it is. I think for CP3, I mean, getting a chance to just play in the finals with a dream come true, just having that opportunity. You said it best. It is so tough in the West to get to the Western Conference Finals.
Now here's Rondo. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Inside, Griffin kicks to Mbah a Moute. It's a nice thing here by Los Angeles. From outside the arc, the shot comes out. Great D that time from Rondo. Wade outside, fires the three. And again, Chicago, no good. Clippers leading by 3. Outside Griffin, down low, and there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Griffin. And that's now 6 points for DeAndre Jordan. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
You know what, this is a skill set to be able to take the bump and stay on balance after the initial contact.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
We know Blake Griffin can dunk the basketball, but one thing you like about him, he's added to his offensive repertoire. He's able to handle the basketball, face up, knock down jump shots, and he's doing a nice job of distributing the basketball.
Griffin a screen on Rondo. Felton the pass to Crawford. Passes to Rivers. Floats one up. Felicio with a rebound. With Blake, it isn't that he's just a scorer, Steve. He brings everything to the table when he gets the ball in the offensive zone.
Yeah, he was a dunker when he first entered the league. Now he's starting to become a terrific passer. He has great vision for a power forward, and his ball handling is one of the best at his position.
Here's Rivers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Clippers lead by 2.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
They are showing a lot of grit and grind, doing a nice job. Both teams going back and forth at each other.
Now here's Felton. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Felton kicks to Crawford. To the middle. Outside for Felton. And too long on the shot. Chicago's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And Mirotic has it in the corner to the inside and stolen by Felton. At the elbow, Griffin to the inside, kicks it out to Crawford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
The Clippers window is closing. I mean, you look at them throughout the postseason, they've come up short a few times when we all thought they could advance a little bit more. And CP3 is aging a little bit right now.
With the Clippers, you know that they're feeling the pressure too, Steve. It's rare to have a team with as many stars as they do and not go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're a Clippers fan, though, and the Clippers organization, you need to approach it like this, one step at a time. They know they have talent to compete with anyone in this league. Sometimes you get the feeling that they are just thinking too far ahead and not focusing on the now.
Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. Spates checked in for the Clippers. Bass comes in for Blake Griffin. Both free throws good from Crawford.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Felton against Rondo. The teardrop falls in. Rondo's got his first bucket in this one.
And that gentle release on Rondo's floater, when he's making these shots, the D is in trouble.
Felton dishes to Crawford. Bass with the screen. Off the screen. Offensive rebound. Spates. And it's blocked by Mirotic. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded closely. And there's the foul. It's on Brandon Bass. That is his first foul of the game. Payne, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first. Payne. Felton with some nice D.
What I like there, fantastic defensive rotation. Just suffocated him at the point of attack.
Spates sets a screen. Rivers kicks to Crawford. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. Bulls trailed by 4. The dish to Payne. The pass to Felicio. Payne kicks to Valentine. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the line. That one rolling around and rims out. Los Angeles leading by 4. Rivers in the corner. Spates kicks to Felton. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
First trip to the line for him here.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the Bulls, there has been a sense of disconnect between the front office and the coaching staff. We've read about it. We've heard about it. And the fans and the players, throw them into the mix, too, for quite some time. Steve, the stigma just hasn't gone away.
Something that would clear up everything if the Bulls could get back to just winning. When teams start to slide, there's a lot of finger pointing, and that's been going on in Chicago.
He hits both from the stripe.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And off target that time from Zipser. Clippers leading by 6. Lets it fly from 18. Crawford's shot is good. Crawford's got 6.
When it comes to contested jump shots, Jamal Crawford is simply one of the best at sinking them.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Felicio. And again, no good by Chicago. Crawford outside. A 3-ball. That one doesn't drop. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top. They lead by 8. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier he wants to embrace criticism and embrace lofty expectations.
Expectations are good. I try to remind my players and myself at times that all the criticism, all the stuff is really a compliment. It's really good for you. It means that people think you can be something.
Doc Rivers is really a master motivator, isn't he? I mean, it's almost jiu-jitsu, the way he takes something like criticism and turns it into a compliment.
How could you not want to play for a guy like that? He's the ultimate players coach and the kind of guy his players would do anything for.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
In reality, they can get those perimeter shots anytime they want to. Instead, they are really zipping it around and getting good, high-quality shots from all over the floor.
Here are 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Brandon Bass. J.J. Redick is out there with Rivers. Then it's Johnson, and it's Spates in at the 5, roaming the paint. Clippers leading by 7. Rivers kicks to Spates. Pass to Bass. Chicago grabs the miss.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for one that got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
And that kind of tier defense is crucial to any team's success. Gotta defend the paint.
Redick with it. Now guarded by Payne. Rivers kicks to Redick. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Bulls shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Rivers. Payne kicks to Portis. Off target from three-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
That's tipped. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. Steve, you were such a terrific three-point shooter in your day back in that 2001-2002 season. You led the league, in fact, in three-point percentage. You and I were having a conversation about great three-point shooters a little while ago. Did you ever think that shot would make the mark in the league that it has now made with the Currys and the Klay Thompsons and the way they're firing from distance?
You know what, Kevin, I shot it well that year. Tim Duncan, give him a lot of credit, and David Robinson. They drew a lot of double teams. but they're not shooting a three ball right now. I shot right around that line. These guys are shooting so far out, still with a high percentage and with a lot of volume. It's unbelievable what these guys are doing now with the three ball.
Would you play differently now with the league the way it is now than you did when you played the game?
Yeah. I'd be a stretch four.
Yeah,
I mean, you start to look
right.
at it, probably wouldn't be playing the point guard position, probably be a stretch four.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Felicio kicks to Wade. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Griffin, and Butler sends it back.
One of the most versatile defenders we have in the league. Butler's reach also allowed him to get that block.
Inside, outside for Rondo. The feed to Butler. Here's Portis. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Portis has got his third bucket of the night.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Paul outside, kicks it to Griffin. Puts it up from 15. Again, Griffin missing.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Felicio, and it's blocked by Jordan. Paul outside. Griffin a screen on Rondo. Pops it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Nice screen by Blake Griffin. There's no way you can get around him.
Rondo kicks to Felicio. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Los Angeles.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
And he makes the first. And with the Clippers having perhaps their best team ever these last few seasons, is it just bad luck, Steve, that they haven't been able to move on and do more with their season?
Yes, there's some truth to that. When you start talking about a team with all this talent, it just really comes down to this team competes. They have stars. It just comes down for them, some unlucky breaks for them, especially on the injury side.
And with the Bulls, there are so many great moments to choose from. But in your view, Steve, what do you think is the defining moment for this Bulls franchise?
From a plan standpoint, you can't help but think of when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot to win the finals over Byron Russell. First title over the Lakers was right up there, too. But that one's the biggest one for me.
Bulls trailed by 9. Now Rondo. They set the pick. Felicio kicks to Wade. Off on the layup. The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting.
Not the best shot right there with the good defender draped all over you.
No, not at all. When you see him guarding you, just try to move the basketball on.
Now, here's Wade. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Golden State. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Felicio. And with Chicago and the Bulls, it seems that no matter what the current team does, they'll always be playing in the shadow of his Airness, Michael Jordan.
Tough act to follow when you talk about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls. Every great player that Bulls have, they get compared to Michael Jordan. That's just not fair.
First one falls for him.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bulls. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And motivation is such a key component for being a successful coach. Steve, how hard is it, you think, for a coach to consistently connect with his team over the course of the season and a lot of times deliver the same message over and over again.
You know, it's hard. You got to be creative. And I think also you got to build the right culture where guys buy in. But they have to buy into what you're selling. You got to be true to who you are, great character and great trust. And also you can't waver. When the coaches start wavering, players start to see that and feel that.
They know it, don't they?
And it goes south.
They smell blood. They know that a coach is not standing on a solid foundation.
Right.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
The opposition is just having their way with them down low, and he wants to put a stop to that.
These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. The Bulls third.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And Chicago has possession. 11-point game. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm to knock them down.
They never let them get into any sort of comfort zone, and because of that, they were out of sorts all game long.
That free throw good from Lopez.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Lopez hits them both. Clippers leading by 9. Paul passes to Jordan. Back to Paul. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That is his first foul of the game. Steve, as a player, how often did you go into a situation knowing that you might get a technical foul called on you for saying something to a ref?
You know, a lot of times, Kevin, I went into a referee understanding the game and saying, hey, the momentum right now needs to slow down. Sometimes I get a tech because you kind of have some outbursts, but sometimes I tell the referee, I need a tech right now, just give me one. Without even really saying anything wrong.
And would they give it to you?
Yeah, sometimes. If not, then I'll just say a few choice words, and then you'll get one.
Good. Tell me that when we get off the air, okay? Thanks. Free throw, Mbah a Moute. Good.
Doc Rivers is one of the best in the business. His strength as a coach is first, he has a great job relating with the players. X's and O's, he is superb. And I think for him is he does a good job of being able to call plays on the fly.
No good on the second free throw. The adjustments of Doc Rivers, Smitty, you talked about, are what stand out to me. He'll switch who initiates the offense if he feels there is a mismatch to be taken advantage of in a heartbeat.
I think he has a great feel for the game, and he can see plays develop and also on the fly change up the offense, change up the defense, and after timeouts, he's one of the best in the business.
And the first one drops. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Here is Mbah a Moute, and it's good off the back rim and in. Mbah a Moute has got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles. And here's Rondo. 8 points his last outing. Lopez outside. Wade against Redick. And there it is for him. Wade's got his first points in this one.
If you let Wade get the ball that deep, there really isn't anything you can do.
Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Redick. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Dishes it to Lopez. Butler on the wing. He's guarded by Mbah a Moute. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Butler's got his 2nd basket of the night.
He's comfortable with the contested shots. Does a nice job of elevation and concentration at the rim.
And Redick kicks to Griffin. Now, here's Mbah a Moute. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Paul. No good on that one. Good D by Rondo. The Bulls trailed by 9. Here's Felicio. Redick with the rebound.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And if you're the defense, you probably should sag off him right now because he's not knocking down anything.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Grant comes in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Los Angeles, Jamal Crawford. He's checked in for Redick. And it's Felton in for Paul. Free throw good, Jordan.
You know, he's standing 6'11", 265 pounds. DeAndre Jordan remains an absolute force in this league. A big guy who is hard to contain.
There's the screen. Here's Mirotic. And the Bulls, another 3.
His skill set really spaces out the floor, given how lights out he is from outside.
Clip leading by 9. Crawford outside. The 11-footer. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter.
That mid-range jump shot is getting better and better for Blake.
Grant outside. He kicks to Lopez. And Griffin sends it back.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
He gets that one.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Chicago calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Check out the numbers for Jordan. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 2nd in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
Now here's Valentine, and there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Denzel Valentine. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Clippers leading by 11. Outside Griffin. Back to Felton. Jordan the screen. Felton dishes to Crawford. Crawford with another miss. Now Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Basket good. Lopez has got it back down to single digits for the Bulls.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Crawford kicks to Felton. Pass to Griffin. Shot from 12. The rebound by Grant.
Tell you what, the defense got lucky there because you know he can hit it from mid-range.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Jimmy Butler made a big bet on himself back in 2014. He turned down the Bulls' 4-year, $44 million contract extension offer, and it paid off. After a breakthrough season, he signed a new contract, a max deal for 5 years and $95 million. Instead of his decision, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie to you, but everything I put myself through, I knew what I was capable of.
He's come a long way, David. Thank you. And here is Valentine after the three-pointer from Jamal Crawford. Valentine kicks to Grant. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. A floater. No good from Grant. Los Angeles leading by 12. And Mbah a Moute the pass to Jordan. Crawford kicks to Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Blake is so hard to guard off the dribble, and he has the elevation to go over you, but he is strong enough to absorb contact and get to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
A free throw drops for Griffin. Chicago making a switch here. Payne's checked in. Spates checked in for Los Angeles. Austin Rivers comes in for Mbah a Moute. He doesn't get the second one.
He's incredibly difficult to guard, Blake Griffin. He's 6'10", 250-something pounds. He has size, but he also has quickness like a guard.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Felton goes in, and it's blocked by Mirotic, and he's able to get it back. Another shot, and Maurice Spates the bucket on the assist by Rivers.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Lopez, a screen on Felton. Payne in the post. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Nice D from Crawford.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Bulls trail by 12. Valentine dishes to Payne. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
That free throw missing. Brandon Bass is checked in for Blake Griffin. And he's good on the second. Los Angeles leading by 11. Feeds it to Bass. Down low. They swipe it. Here's Zipser, guarded by Crawford. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Back to Payne. Just 5 on the clock. Lopez left side. They get it back. Second chance shot. Can't get the layup.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella is lurking around.
There's Crawford with the three. Hits it from three-point range. Crawford's got 14.
Crawford has been a solid outside shooter throughout his lengthy career. Got to at least get an arm up as he's going up.
And that does it for the first half of play. Clippers lead by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. Our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out on the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and then shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We saw Jamal Crawford lighting it up in the first half. He had 14 points and 4 rebounds. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh, you hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh, you got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh, gut check time, Ernie.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Jamal Crawford in this game. I mean, he's been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He got some easy buckets, made some tough shots. He erupted in the first half of play.
Clippers leading by 14. They've got Jimmy Butler. Portis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Grant, and it's Wade in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
That would have been a good time to just keep it simple. No need to rush that pass.
Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Down low, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Paul kicks to Redick. Picked by Griffin. Back to Redick. Launches a 3. The shot missing. Excellent D from Wade. Stolen by Redick. And now Redick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And they pick up 2. Redick's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles.
And this team is ahead largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
J.J. Redick certainly had a lot of doubters when he came into the NBA. He was a standout player we all know at Duke and dominated college basketball. But Many thought, Steve, his skills just wouldn't translate to the NBA. But, you know, he's had a fantastic career.
What I love about his career is just been upward trajectory since the day one. Everybody talked about his shooting in college, and yes, he shoots the ball extremely well. But I love the way he's improved every area of his game. And even at his age right now, I think he still can improve.
He misses the free throw. And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating when they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lopez a screen. Pocket 6. Grant kicks to Lopez. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
What a luxury it is as a passer to have a pick-and-roll target as big as Robin Lopez. Makes life easy.
Here's Griffin. He has 7. Jordan the screen. Griffin passes to Reddick. He dishes it to Mba Amute. Grant against Paul. 20 feet out. That one off the back iron and out. Bulls trailed by 13. Wade outside. Right side, Butler. To the middle. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
He has been right on the money tonight. If it weren't for that, they'd be much further behind right now.
Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Clippers.
At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot.
Steve, when you watch Jimmy Butler play, you have to pay attention at all times. He can just explode on a moment's notice and completely take over a game.
I just love Jimmy Butler on the offensive end. He came into this league known as a defender, hard work. But when no Derrick Rose, he turned into a guy that can score the basketball and is counted on that end.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Inside, poked loose, Griffin. And Reddick kicks to Paul. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the paint, 6 on the shot clock. Right block shot. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
If you're the defense, that's what you want to do. Make it uncomfortable for the offensive player.
The Bulls making a switch here. Felicio's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Spates checked in for Johnson.
Well, a chance here to check out Chris Paul. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's right around 17 points a night, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Here's Grant looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Portis. Back to Grant. Now the pass to Felicio. And stolen by Spates. Paul outside. Spates kicks to Redick. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Spates.
And you can see it. He knew he made a mistake the second the ball left his hands.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Grant with the ball. Here's Butler. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break. I mean, on those alley-oop plays from Blake Griffin, you can't give him room to take off.
Here's Wade following the basket by Blake Griffin. Felicio with the bucket.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Clippers leading by 10. Paul kicks to Redick. The dish to Paul. Spates sets a screen. Paul outside. Lock at 6. From deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Portis has got his 4th rebound in this one. The kick outside to Butler. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Jaren Grant. Clippers on defense. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Butler dishes to Rondo. Clock at 4. And that one comes up a bit short. Los Angeles leading by 10. Griffin passes to Paul. The shot by Spates. Nobody around. No good on the 3. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. Here is Rondo. Pass to Felicio. Wants to get it to Butler and does. The 11-footer. He shoots again. Spates with the block.
Okay, his shot isn't there tonight. It's a major reason why they're behind. He needs to start sharing the basketball.
Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. J.J. Redick is 3rd.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a 3-point play the hard way.
Give them all credit for the work they put in to become such great free throw shooters. Trust me, it takes a lot of work to shoot those kinds of percentages.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the 2nd. And Chicago has possession. They trail by 11. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. To the wing on the left. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Jimmy Butler.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well, drawing fouls.
The Clippers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. First free throw is good. Los Angeles making a switch here. Rivers checked in. Blake Griffin hits them both. Bulls trail by 10. Now Rondo. Pass to Felicio. He feeds it to Wade. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely, and even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
Both free throws good from Wade. Clippers leading by 8. Paul kicks to Spates. Inside, Griffin gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Griffin's got 7 points for the quarter.
Griffin is one of the best scorers in the game, so now you see him going well. Get him the basketball.
Wade against Rivers. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Cavaliers. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And of course Chicago just way behind.
And you know, for the Bulls, they've just lacked that one extra piece that could put them over the top this season. They haven't been able to kind of set themselves apart.
What they've done, they've kept themselves in the playoff picture, though. They haven't been spectacular, but they're still in the race. And we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
And the first one drops for the Clippers. Pass comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Crawford in for Mbah a Moute. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Paul kicks to Crawford. Back to Paul. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Beyond the arc. Crawford, no luck.
A three-point marksman. He couldn't have asked for a better look. Sometimes it just doesn't go down.
Out to the right wing. Here's Zipser. To the inside. Outside for Rondo. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from 14. Can't hit that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Rivers dishes to Paul. They set the screen. Crawford, no one around him. Crawford missing again.
When you're that wide open from a very makeable distance, you have to come away with points.
Felicio kicks to Rondo. The feet to Wade. Takes it off the glass. Wade's got 6 in the quarter.
Wade is 6'4", but when he gets it down by the rim, he might as well be 7 feet. There's just no stopping him.
And here's Bass, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Rivers, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Not the best pick I've ever seen, but it was just enough to get the job done.
Outside Rondo. They set the pick. Wade kicks to Felicio. Rondo against Paul. Let's go. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's check out the stats for Rondo. Some good contributions really since the All-Star break. Averaging 12 points, just over 2 steals, and 5 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Valentine comes in for Dwayne Wade. The Clippers also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Spates. And it's Felton in for Chris Paul. Teardrop shot. Crawford, no luck. Bulls trail by 9. Kicks it to Rondo. Dishes it to Valentine. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rivers passes to Bass. He kicks it to Crawford. Ripped away. Feeds to Rondo. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Rondo's got his 2nd bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Bass, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Lopez, he's checked in for Chicago. Payne comes in for Rajon Rondo. The free throw drops for Bass. Bulls trailed by 7. Now here's Payne. He dishes it to Lopez. Passes it to Payne. The pass to Zipser. Just 5 on the clock. Valentine dishes to Payne. And that misses everything. Clippers leading by 7. Rivers kicks to Felton. Bass with the screen. There's Crawford with the 3. Valentine grabs the board.
Look, he's doing everything he can to get out of this funk. Just been a rough quarter shooting the basketball.
.141 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Jordan against Mirotic. Back to Payne, expanding his range. He's on that one. The Clippers shooting a troubling 38% in the 3rd. Not the finest work of this offense. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Valentine kicks to Payne. Taken away by Felton. And 1:01 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Clippers moving the ball around. Payne with it. No Felton defending. Payne kicks to Valentine. He was all alone on that one. Valentine's got 10 points. Clippers leading by 5. Outside Felton. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. 35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Payne with it. There's a screen. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the third. 5 on the clock. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Felton the pass to Crawford. Jordan the screen. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top, leading by 7. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Hey, guys, come on. Let's close this quarter. Let's close it. Got to pick up our pace. Got to pick up our pace right here.
And Doc Rivers looking for a faster tempo, as you heard, wanting to make a big push here.
I think he realizes when his team is attacking at both ends, that's when they tend to go on runs.
And the final period of play just about to start. Bulls trail by 7, setting the floor for the Clippers. The dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. Redick and Bamute make up the perimeter, and it's Rivers in at the 1 spot. Now here's Valentine. Payne dishes to Butler. Floats one. A second chance effort. And it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Bulls. Now Rivers. Pick Griffin. Rivers kicks to Griffin for the 3. Shot's good from Mbah-a-Moute. And the Clippers lead by 8.
That's how you play the game. Draw 2 defenders, kick it out to the wide open man for a bucket.
Payne passes to Lopez. Here's Butler. Makes it off the glass.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Payne dishes to Butler. Lopez kicks to Butler. Here's the screen. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, my. He's rising up and bringing the wood on that one. Could be just what they need to pick up their energy.
Well, Greg, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that. That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And the Clippers have possession. The Bulls getting the bucket. And Mbah-a-Moute the pass to Jordan. Fades and shoots. The Clippers rebound. There's the dish to Rivers. Griffin kicks to Redick. To the paint. Lopez with the steal. Pass to Valentine. And the layup is good. And now just a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Vic Griffin. Redick inside the line. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
I mean, JJ is a fantastic shooter. Someone who's really at his best when taking all kinds of shots.
Payne passes to Portis. Lopez, a screen on Rivers. Payne dishes to Lopez. Second shot opportunity. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
All checked in for Jordan. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Chicago. Sharon Gregg comes in for Cameron Payne. The free throw off from Lopez. Clippers leading by 4. Rivers with it. Now defended by Grant. Rivers kicks to Paul. Pass to Mbah-a-Moute. Outside, Redick, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Bulls making a switch here. Felicio is checked in. Redick for three. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And that evened things out. He had a 3 early in the first half, now gets 1 in the second.
Wade passes to Butler. That one misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop.
Defense of Butler is absolutely tremendous. Active hands, came away with a steal on that play.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Paul dishes to Mbah a Moute. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Grant outside. Passes to Felicio. He feeds it to Butler. And it's Rivers with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Redick can't get that one to fall. Chicago has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Paul. Over in the corner, Mbah a Moute. It's Pierce on the wing. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Spates is checked in. And the wide open shot from Redick. No good on the quick 3. Bulls trailed by 5. And it's Wade in the corner. Fader on the way. Mbah a Moute pulls it in. Mbah a Moute's got his 5th rebound in this one.
If you're trying to figure out why these guys can't catch up, this inconsistent shooting is a good place to start.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And here is Grant. Five to shoot. Now the feed to Wade. With the fadeaway. Almost, but it rolls out. Clippers leading by 5. Paul outside. Outside Griffin. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
I love the way of Griffin. Eye on the prize, going after the rim. Is either you're going to dunk it or you're going to foul him.
Griffin no good on the free throw. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Grant kicks to Felicio. To the inside. Here's Wade. And it goes down 2 points. Wade's got 10 points here in the second half.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Up top, Griffin. Back to Paul. Beyond the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Brandon Bass is checked in for Maurice Spates. Bulls trailed by 5. Now here's Wade. There's a good screen. Butler with the... Oh!
Yes. Explosiveness by Butler. Leaping way off the ground for that dunk.
Paul kicks to Bass. Paul passes to Griffin. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And that's 18 points for Blake Griffin.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
You know what? He doesn't get worn down coming off a big game. It just builds him up even more.
And the shot goes in. 14 points for Dwayne Wade.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Paul kicks to Griffin. 14 feet away. Passes shot. Good. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Second chance points can kill you. You must concentrate on the defensive glass.
Now, here's Grant. It's deflected, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Spates checked in for the Clippers. Clippers leading by 5. Now Paul kicks to Mba Amute. Left side, Griffin to the middle. And yes, it's good. Griffin's got 6 in the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Inside. Great communication on the alley-oop. And now a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
CP3 moving the basketball around. That's what you want out of your point guard.
There's the pick. Grant kicks to Felicio. Dishes it to Wade. 7-foot shot. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent and in a much higher percentage.
Griffin a screen on Butler. Shot off the pick. And it's Paul missing.
He's usually money from mid-range, but the defender got up in his shirt, took him out of rhythm.
Here's Wade. Grant outside. Unloads. And it doesn't even draw iron.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Now here's Paul. Picked by Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Chicago grabs the miss. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Butler from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Griffin's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Paul dishes to Griffin. Back to Paul. He kicks to Mba Amute. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Mba Amute's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Clippers. Wade outside. Grant the pass to Portis. Grant outside. Shoots it up. And the Bulls get it back. Felicio misses off the left iron. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Griffin with it. Now defended by Grant. And here's Griffin. Back to Paul. Looking to get back on track here. It's tipped. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Wade. And again, no good by Chicago.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Feeds it to Mba Amute. miss there on the triple.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
I have to agree with you. Their goose is cooked.
Wade passes to Felicio. Bucket is good. Felicio's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bulls.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Now here's Paul. So the Clippers with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith as we move forward to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
He was abusing guys inside. Came in with the scoring mindset. He used his big body to root out people inside, and then he made great finishes.
There's a reason I call Blake Griffin Blake the Earthquake Griffin. It's not just because it rhymes, because he has the power to his game that can move buildings and have people running for cover. And tonight, that power and strength were on full display. Tremendous game for Blake the Earthquake Griffin.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
yes. I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.